It's been a very interesting week in the UEFA Champions League and also in the local scene. But in the UEFA Champions League, we've gotten very great wins like Manchester United and FC Barcelona. And we also have Barcelona, who have decided to give their opponents a little bit of a beating. Well, that is what we have for you in store, among other stories. My name is Abdurazak Ngutia. To start us off, we have Kenya drew with Ethiopia away in 2-2. Kenya drew 2-2 with Ethiopia away in the first leg of the match at Hawassa Stadium a fortnight ago, and they therefore require a 0-0 or a 1-1 draw to get any kind of progress, or at least a win.
18 girls squad has been camping at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, for the last 10 days under the guidance of coaches Caroline Achieng, Anne Alwoch, Jacqueline Akoth and Musa Otieno. The national under-20 team will Saturday afternoon take on their Ethiopian counterparts in the return leg of the 2018 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifier at Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos. If they overcome Ethiopia in Saturday's clash, they will enter the tournament's penultimate last qualification stage, where they will face Algeria and Ghana. Reporting for Y254, I'm Doreen Arangi.
More than 4,000 participants are expected at the 14th UAP Old Mutual Ndakaini Half Marathon on Saturday. A record of 146 elite runners will tackle the energy-sapping Ndakaini course in 21 and 10-kilometer contests. The prize money has been increased, and winners will receive 300,000, and the first runners-up will get 150,000, and the second runners-up will get 75,000.
Abel Kirui, the two-time world marathon champion and race ambassador for the Ndakaini Marathon, said he will be happy to watch the marathon as he prepares to defend his title at the Chicago Marathon next month. Athletes undertake doping tests before and after the race, which will be overseen by Athletics Kenya in an effort to curb cheating. The cash prizes will be awarded once the doping results are out. The marathon is organized under the auspices of the Ndakaini Dam Environment Conservation Association and has been sponsored by the UAP Old Mutual Group since inception. James Wabugu, the UAP Group's managing director, said that the race, as in the past years, continued to attract an increasing number of participants, spectators, fan lovers, and tourists. Reporting for Y254 Sports, my name is Patricia Murioki.
Donald Trump first feuded with the NFL over 3 decades ago, and time has not healed all wounds. Now it all looks like he's using his unexpected power of the presidency to attempt to bully the NFL and its players and finally get even. The national anthem controversy was started by former 49er QB Colin Kimper and by QB Colin Kaepernick 1 year ago to raise awareness about racial inequality in African Americans.
This is one way to interpret Trump's relentless attacks on the NFL regarding the national anthem issue in the last week that has somehow accomplished the impossible. He has unified the players with the owners, along with finding a way to get the league office and the union to fight together. The national anthem controversy started by former 49ers QB Colin Kaepernick 1 year ago to raise awareness about racial inequality, social injustice, and police brutality against African Americans was quieting down with fewer than 10 players kneeling in week 2 this session. However, after Trump's inflammatory remarks in Alabama, about 250 players responded to Trump by kneeling for the national anthem, while just about every other player locked arms and 3 teams remained in the locker room. President Trump said, "I have so many friends that are owners there in a box. I mean, I have spoken to a couple of them. They say we are in a situation where we have to do something. I think they're afraid of their players." End of quote. Is Trump all about snipping at the NFL as a result of his failed USFL trial in 1986 and his subsequent failed attempts to buy a team in NFL? Does he have it in for the league? Singer Megan Lindsay, a former contestant on The Voice, suddenly found herself in the middle of the controversy dividing America as she sang the national anthem.
It's kind of something, a decision I made kind of in that moment right before I went on. I was like, you know, I feel like this is something I need to do and I need to take a stand.
She took a knee in Nashville as the Tennessee Titans and Seattle Seahawks stayed in the locker room. Christine Kiai for Y254 Sports.
Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel set the pace in second practice at the Malaysian Grand Prix as title rivals Lewis Hamilton struggled in his Mercedes. Vettel headed teammate Kimi Raikkonen by a 0.604 seconds, with Red Bulls of Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen third and fourth and Hamilton sixth.
Well, Lewis, you're managing a faint smile, but that must have been a horrible shock at the beginning of the race.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great. I got a little bit of a bruise in the leg, but I was more concerned for Fernando, because it was incredibly close for him. But fortunately, no one got seriously injured, and Jensen did an incredible job today. So big congratulations to him. And yeah, looking forward to getting home and putting this weekend behind. The whole week actually, it's been a tough one. So look forward to trying and turn the negative energy we got from this weekend into a positive for Monza. The car is clearly quick, and so I hope we can get some good results in the next race.
Have you watched the start back? Is it clear to you what happened?
Yes.
And?
It's just clear. I think it's clear to you. It should be clear. I couldn't go anywhere, so there was no one really in front of me. There was no one really behind me. I was kind of on my own, and I was up against the white line, and that was that. So.
But do you lay the blame at anyone?
It doesn't really matter. It's happened, it's past, and I just want to look forward now.
And as you say, everyone's safe. Now, a quick turnaround ahead of Italy. As you say, you want to draw a line under it. How quickly can you do that?
It's not easy, but everything's possible. Tomorrow's a new day, and I just look forward to the future.
I'm glad that you're still watching Y254 Sports Highlights. Remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. Mine is @Abdulrazak King, and you can also tweet us on @Y254 Updates, and you can also send us SMS to 22162, starting with the word news. Now, I have a very good panel with me. There is Frank and there is Emmanuel. Well, they're going to discuss a few matters, but before that, I'm going straight to the story. Manchester City's defensive resilience in the absence of the injured Benjamin Mendy faces its first and arguably toughest test when the Premier League leaders travel to the champions Chelsea on Saturday. The 23-year-old France fullback has been in fine form for City since his pre-season move from Monaco.
Announced Mendy will undergo surgery in Barcelona today after he ruptured the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee during last weekend's victory over Crystal Palace. City manager Pep Guardiola is under pressure to make good on a huge amount of pre-season spending that saw him splash out more than €130 million on three fullbacks alone by bringing Major Silva back to the Etihad Stadium. The Spanish manager confirmed having Danilo and Zinchenko, who can play there. Both City and Chelsea 3 points behind both Guardiola's men and second place Manchester United go into Saturday's game on the back of midweek Champions League victories over Shakhtar Donetsk and Atletico Madrid respectively. Julie Owino reporting for Y254 News.
Well, like I said, we're going into the discussion, and here we have it. Well, like I said earlier, I have Francis and I also have Emmanuel. This is my first time to call him by his full name, by the way. I can see you've decided that you're not going to bring us the Arsenal jersey. Yet, they never performed badly. Why have you decided to do that? And I think you're jinxing it because Bayern lost in this week I don't know why you're doing that. You will tell us about that much later. How do you do, Emmanuel?
I'm doing good.
So we have this issue of Manchester City losing their fullback that they have just purchased in the previous week. This is Benjamin Mendy. What do you think is the repercussion that they're going to have when they're facing Chelsea?
I think they are going to have it a little bit tough, not because of Mendy, because they will have replacements, but because also there is also a chance that Sergio Aguero may not play because he has been involved in an accident.
Exactly.
And this is maybe the first time Manchester City is facing a more stronger side in the Premier League. Chelsea have put on a very good display in midweek performance against Atletico, meaning they are growing more tighter and tighter in breaking defenses, in attacking. Their striker Alvaro Morata is now hitting a little bit form. Last week he's just scored a hat-trick. So I believe to them it will be, they are now heading to a tougher opposition, and missing Mendy, and if they end up missing also Aguero, will be very hard for them to be able to break down Chelsea.
I see Chelsea have got a very good way that they have come so far from the match that they played recently, and they're also having a good chance, an upper hand against Manchester City, because they don't have Aguero, just in case he doesn't come from the accident, and also they don't have Benjamin Mendy. What do you think, Frank? Apart from what he said, what do you think they're going to have to work on?
To me, I think, okay, kupoteza Mendy, si big deal sana kwa defense ya Man City. I think venye mwenzangu hapa amesema hiyo story ya kupoteza Aguero after hiyo car crash, I think itakuwa sara sana kwa Man City. Unaona Aguero amefunga bao 7 sahi tangu season ianze, na I think ndio top scorer wa Man City up to now. But pia I think it depend na attacking ya nini ya Chelsea. Unaona sasa Morata vila confirm hata Champions League juzi amefunga.
Yeah.
So kupoteza Mendy kwangu, kama tunekichapo atapigwa tu bila Mendy na atakuwa. So si big deal.
Si big deal. Wewe unaona kama tu angekuwa kosekuwa watashindwa?
Kwangu ni naenda na Chelsea, I think watawin.
Okay, well, that's your view, but I also beg to differ.
There's also the thing that Mendy is not the only person who can be able to play left back. They have in turn Kitambo alikuwa to be a Fabian Delph. There have been Danilo can also play there, and somebody they are just bought recently. It's not like they are losing a very maybe influential player in that team. But Aguero is more influential than Mendy. So I think if those two are placed side by side, Chelsea might have an upper hand.
Then pia ukiona venye wametumia Mendy, wajamtumia kama defender. Wamekuwa kimtumia kama wing back, anapanda ni beki wa kupanda na kushuka.
Exactly.
So I think your role Man City by the way wako na wachezaji wengi sana wanaweza cheza hiyo role.
Okay.
So kupoteza Mendy,
it's a big deal. Okay, that's your opinion. Let's move on to the next story. This is of Carlo Ancelotti and Bayern Munich. The jersey I see here blazing real hot in red. So Bayern Munich has parted ways with Italian coach Carlo Ancelotti after Paris Saint-Germain hammered them 3-0 in the Champions League Group B. Ancelotti, who replaced Pep Guardiola, led the Bavarians to Bundesliga title last season and are now at position 3, 3 points behind leaders Borussia Dortmund. Well, because you have the jersey, I'm good.
Turned on from Tara, and there goes Neymar again. Neymar with the ball across, what a chance! And PSG have the first goal. Dani Alves has fired from in front. Less than a minute and a half played. Kimmich's corner. That was a chance, it still might be. Javi Martin, it's not away yet. And that's a good try and a really good save from Areola. Ball down, tries to poke it through to Muller. Lewandowski! Alaba couldn't touch it home. Not bad choices to have. Cavani shot. Always wide. Made to chase it. And to keep it away from Martinez, and there's Cavani! That is a quite brilliant finish. Taking up pace, it's Mbappe. Here's Neymar with the touch back. And there is Cavani, and that was a weak one. All right. Another chance, and it's headed off the line by Thiago Silva. Neymar could get it back. Neymar's got the chance for 3. And Kimmich came across. Mbappe, what a touch. He's got it across, and it's in. And Neymar's got his goal. Kingsley Coman. Superb save. It's a nice save. That's what I...
Well, we can see how the shots are being taken against Bayern Munich. We're going straight into the discussion and get the opinions of our panelists here. Well, I'm going to start with you. Perhaps I'm not going to be fair with you at all, because this is how it goes. You lose, we laugh right in your face. You see, your team lost. I'm going to ask you this simple question, first and foremost. Do you think they made a mistake? Do you think Bayern Munich made a mistake in getting rid of Ancelotti?
I think kwangu Ancelotti ni kocha mpoa. Ni kocha ukiona rekodi yake Champions League ameshinda 3.
Naam.
Then pia ni kocha wa kwanza kushinda kwa 5 different nations, ameshinda ma club titles za hizo ma nations. Then pia I think game ya PSG ilikuwa all about ukiona aleka Hummels bench na akeka kuna defender anaitwa Sul. Na hizo bao PSG walifunga ilikuwa counter, and then Mbappe anafanya manake. So I think ilikuwa tu lapse defense related issue. But on the same thing, kupoteza Ancelotti na hiyo uzoefu, sidhani watapata kocha mzuri kiasi hiyo.
Walifuta
labda watafuta Wenger.
Kwa sababu Arsenal wameanza kuja sasa ndio wajichocha.
Labda watafuta Wenger.
Sasa kwako wewe, what do you think about this? I'm actually going to make reference to vile Paris Saint-Germain walicheza katika ile mechi waliokuwa na mzozo kati ya Neymar na yule nani? Cavani. Naam. So, do you think jinsi walivyokuwa na ule mzozo and Neymar aliendelea ku apologize, do you think that's one of the factors ambayo imewafanya wakapata kushinda?
PSG, okay, PSG is being sponsored by the Qatar government. Yeah. Now, to me, they have set up in order to buy titles. They have been able to buy players with huge sums of money. So they have a strong squad right now. Bayern has been enjoying the same thing, but their squad is more or less maybe aging. I can say they are aging. You have players who are over 28, more of them. Akina Müller, Akina Lewandowski. Okay, those stars, Germany was masters when you were Germany, now when you were able to gather up in their team. Most of them are size on age. They are aging. Now PSG has young players, quick, fast, tricky. So maybe Ancelotti made a blunder in the way he set up, but he's still a very top coach. And this is not the first time Ancelotti amekuwa sacked just because of story a bad performance. Akikuwa Real, he won titles, he was sacked. I think people look at him and feel like he does not impose himself in the game. Like ukiangalia the way Liverpool plays, huyu kocha wao huo unaweza muona, you can feel his impact, anarukaruka hapo akifunga bao. Chelsea's coach is also doing the same, and people feel Mourinho also does the same. People feel like these guys are investing so much in the team. But Ancelotti is like Wenger. They don't really show their emotion, they are just there. So I believe those kind of characters make them maybe watu wanaangalia kwa mbali wako like they are not really investing.
I have this really burning issue. First, before I burn you guys,
I think pia Ancelotti akona some kitu bad luck. Jukiona time alishinda trophy Madrid, the next season alifutwa. Then pia time alishinda Chelsea, alishinda
akafutwa pia
Premier League na Chelsea, the next season akafutwa. Last season alishinda na Bayern, tena this season amefutwa. So I think sama kuna kabati mbaya mahali.
Unamtetea tu.
Si kumtetea, ni ukweli.
Unawe pia umekuwa ukiwatetea Bayern. You're trying to, is it okay if I say that you're implying kwa sababu wale players wao walikuwa wazee? Was that the only reason they lost? Don't you think that Paris Saint-Germain walikuwa na strategy better kushinda ya wenzao?
Yeah, so, sometimes coach may set up, might have a good strategy, but sometimes individual players also play very good part. Ukiangalia tuseme the way Neymar plays, the way Mbappe plays, the way Cavani runs in the box, and you cross over, you'll find like for a team like Bayern, you should expect maybe Robben to play, who has the same capability, Coman to play, who has the same capability, but those kinds of players always, it's like they are replicating. It's either you have Coman or you have Robben, and Robben is aging, so Coman is a little bit younger. Na hawapati the same chances. Me, I believe he did wrong by setting up that way and maybe creating a more open game, and end up a sit back. I wonder how he can be able to handle the pressure.
He's getting banned.
Then pia I think PSG ile investment wamemake kwa their team, I think wanataka kumake a statement in football. Unaona Mbappe pesa walipeana tu ila kuja on loan, then pesa walipeana kwa Neymar. I think wanataka kudo something. Then pia time walikutana na Bayern, unaona kulikuwa na waleko defender Shulo wakeka Hummels. I think Hummels alikuwa ana recover from injury. Then goalkeeper wao Manuel Neuer pia kwa goal. So time walikutana na Bayern pia Bayern walikuwa side mbaya.
Haya, nina maswali mawili, nitakurushieni moja and I'll start with you. Jinsi tumeona zile mabao zikiwa zinafungwa, I think this one is for you. Zile bao jinsi zilikuwa zinafungwa, do you think wakimondoa Ancelotti, Bayern Munich are assured kuwa they will go to the next step with the deputy ambaye replace Ancelotti?
They might.
Or might not.
Because what they need to do is just qualify in group stages. So the teams wako nazo kwa their setup, it's not that hard for them to go there and win. But shida si kuanzia hapo, shida ni past that. Because sometimes you can get another coach who might need time. He needs to learn maplayers wenyewe kwa sababu hajakuja nao, na pia anahitaji kuimplement a strategy itasaidia team. So most of the time utapata hata mtu mwingine anaanza leta might still do the same thing Ancelotti angefanya over a period of time before a change. So it's not like quick impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jibu hiyo kwa ufupi kisha nikuulize lako.
I think kalo Bayern tangu ligi yanza waja confirm. Unapata sai ligi wamecheza game 6, wameshinda 4, wamedraw moja, wamelose moja. Na hiyo moja ni walilose against Hoffen 2-0. So kwangu I think kutoa Ancelotti then sai wamemweka na sai caretaker ndio caretaker boss wao ni mwenye alikuwa assistant wa Ancelotti. I think ataleta impact kwa team. Haitaleta impact.
Kwa nini?
Wangestick na Ancelotti. Boss, uwezi compare mwalimu na mwanafunzi class moja.
Hapo umesema kweli. So mimi ningependa nikuuliza hivi. Your relationship between Cavani na Neymar, we saw it was like a battle of stars kwa sababu Neymar na Cavani hawakuwa na agreement nani atachukua ule mkwaju wa penalty. Akaja Neymar akauchukua na akaugonga nje. What do you think their relationship will affect any future games?
I think hiyo swali kocha wa PSG aliaddress na akasema first take penalties PSG ni Cavani. Then pia niliona game yao na Bayern, vitu zilikuwa tupo, niliona tu wali celebrate bao pamoja.
Let's put the penalties aside. Kuna vitu vingi sana ambavyo watu hufanya. You might get into a goal scoring position na yule mwenzako ama Cavani gets into a goal scoring position na Neymar awe ndiye ana mpira lakini hayuko katika the perfect position ya kuscore. This is not just about taking set pieces. There are so many awards. Don't you think that it's going to affect their relationship?
Sidhani. Juu ukiona games zimekam after hiyo incidents. Game kama hii yenye wamecheza juzi niliona Neymar some point au kwa selfish. Okay, kuna vitu zingine yenyewe hizo unataka tu kujiwekea, unataka kujifungia but niliona alikuwa anafika position but anatry kupea Cavani. But kama ingekuwa timu affect aongeleshani vitu kama hizo zinko au Neymar anko anatry kutafuta Cavani anampea ball.
Okay.
Na at the end of the day pia ni kazi.
Yeah.
Na kazi uko na contract na uko na malengo ya hiyo contract ambayo nataka utimize. So I doubt he can be able to go against the contract and decide, okay, yeah, I know I am the biggest boss here. Atakuwa na go against the contract na atapata punishment. So he has to play for the team because he is part of the team. No matter their
Great. Najua una mengi ya kusema, lakini sasa tunaingia katika kile kitengo cha wenye kupigwa na wenye kupiga ama wapigwa na wapigwao. I think nitaanza na yako ama nikuhurumie kwa sasa. The results ambazo tumekuwa nazo from the week by Wednesday was FK Karabag lost 1-2 to AS Roma. We have Manchester United ambao we have FC Basel ambao waliamua kuwanunulia Benfica Donuts kwa kuwapiga 5-0. We also have CSKA Moscow lost 1-4 to Manchester United. We have of course Paris Saint-Germain who lost 3-0 to Bayern Munich. We have Anderlecht who lost 3-0. We have, sorry about that little error. We have Paris Saint-Germain who beats Bayern Munich 3-0. Umeniangalia na macho mpaka zikageuka namba. I wish it happened in the match. We also have Anderlecht who lost 3-0 to Celtic. We have Atletico Madrid who lost 2-1 to Chelsea. Juventus beat Olympiacos 2-0. And Barcelona, surprisingly, they only decided to give a little bit beating to Sporting CP, only giving them a 1-0. Final word from the finalists as we go to the next week, of course. We're expecting a very great match that we've spoken about. What do you think about the Europa this season?
The Europa kwanza kabisa kwa hizo results zako nimeona hujataja Arsenal walishinda mabao.
Lazima tutaje ile ambayo kwanza umeivaa kwa hivyo tunakumbuka nayo.
So I think both Champions League na Europa ni competition ni ngumu. Unapata Barcelona, hakuna mtu alikuwa expect Barcelona kuchapa Sporting Lisbon 1-0. Then pia Sevilla hakuna mtu Benfica hakuna mtu alikuwa na expect itachapa na Moscow. To me I think Champions League acha tukitoka teams zitatoka group stages. Si team mazini mtu to ni zile team moto wadhani zitatoka group stage. Kuna team kama kina Bayern unaweza pata wanatufuata kwa Europe.
You're so optimistic, or should I say over-ambitious. Final words from Emmanuel.
Yeah, I think easy competitions, the Europa, it's because it's a competition of champions, so everybody there is a little bit tough, apart from zinema teams zinatoka kwa those little known leagues. But the teams zinacheza poa. That's what I can say. Those teams that expect ungepata hard opposition kama PSG versus Bayern, which is a 50-50 game, pia inatupatia the same results. As in inatupatia kama sisi fans, those are the kinds of matches we really need to see, because tuko like, oh, we didn't expect this. Na wachezaji waumie.
Nasikia kuongeza kitu, lakini boy wangu sitamwingilia Rooney ambaye ameenda Everton. So for now, I'm going to thank the viewers, but first, thank you for coming here and gracing us with us hot jersey. Until next time, same time, you're going to find us on Friday talking about the matches that will have been there. My eyes, and I bet yours, are also on Chelsea as they meet Manchester City. From me, Abdurazak Ngutia, I'm thanking you very much for joining us in Y254 Sports Highlights. Till next week, have a very good night.